Hey guys, it's Sunday, time for my mental health vlog. This is week 12. Um, it's been a pretty good week. Actually, it was a great week. On Monday, I got to have a fun day with my son where we went to the trampoline park and bounced around for a little bit. Although he wanted me to just watch because I tried to bounce with him and he was like, Papa, maybe you should sit over here and just watch. But we did that for a while, and then we went to the mall and we rode the train around the mall and we got some pretzel bites. And then we went to go see a movie. And the best part of the movie, because it was a bad movie, the best part of the movie was when the arm of the seat between us lifts up and he was having a hard time getting comfortable. So I lifted up the arm and he snuggled into me while we watched the movie. And that was awesome. That was really awesome. Made me feel like everything was going to be okay. And it will be. And then on Friday, even though I had to work, and I work from home, um, he hung out with me all day. So he read some books and he made himself right at home in the apartment. And we went and got lunch. And then his dad came and picked him up in the afternoon. But it was so nice having him around. And he came up and gave me hugs a bunch of times. Just unsolicited hugs. And those are the best kind. So, a really good week um, with regards to my son. Um, so, those are my highs. Those are absolutely my highs. My lows, my boyfriend was sick on Christmas Day with the flu, and that lasted about a week. So I didn't see him um, until New Year's Eve. So I missed him a little bit. But we spent New Year's Eve together at a party, and that was a lot of fun. Got to meet some new people. It was a pool party. It was a heated pool, thank God, because it was too cold otherwise. But that was nice. Um, I got my 30-day chip for SAA, which means that, and I would have gotten it last weekend, but I forgot it, or last week, but I forgot about the meeting. That means that I haven't done anything that's on my inner circle. I talked about the circles before. I haven't done anything in my inner circle in over a month, which the circle is the toxic sexual behaviors that I don't want to have part of my life anymore. So that's what that means. And somebody asked me, he's like, well, what does that mean? Does that mean you haven't had sex in 30 days? I'm like, no, that's not what that means. Um, People need to think of SAA as more like Overeaters Anonymous and not Alcoholics Anonymous. Alcoholics Anonymous, you avoid all alcohol. Overeaters Anonymous is you avoid those toxic situations of eating where it's impulsive and out of control, and that's kind of what SAA is like. You have toxic sexual behaviors, and everyone's circles are different. So I've got my circles. I worked with my sponsor to set them up. I actually had them set up before I met with my sponsor. So the 30 days of sobriety is basically avoiding things in that inner circle. So no, I haven't not had sex, but I've avoided the inner circle, which is all the toxic stuff. So that's good. Let's see, this week, kind of a couple of weeks without therapy because of the holidays, but this week I've got both my psychiatrist on tomorrow and my therapist on Wednesday. So it'll be good to get back with my therapist. Um, my routines are starting to get back on track now that I've gone back to work. So I'm a little bit better about my self care, taking my vitamins, eating my meals, taking care of myself, self care stuff. Um, I did work on some goals for 2020. I know I don't like the term resolution, um, but I did set some goals for myself. I want to continue in my SAA progress. If I stick with it, I can actually get my 1 year chip this year, so I'd like to stick with that. I'd like to focus more on building the healthy relationships I have with people in my life. Started talking with the ex a little more about better things. I'd like to try and maintain a friendship with him. I mean, since he was in my life for 18 years. And of course, we still have our son together. So it's important that we maintain a professional relationship, I guess you'd say, but I'd like it to be more than that. I know we'll never be back together, but I'd like it to be at least a friendship because I think that's best for our son. I want to get through my court issues. I go back to court on January 22nd. I'd like to stop vaping. I know that there were some new laws that Trump passed and against vaping, but those don't affect me, so I'll be doing this on my own, not because of any law. But I'd like to stop vaping just because it's expensive and it's money I'm not going to have. I'd like to focus more on my self-care, and I would like to get back in touch with my artist side. I used to love to write poetry and to draw and to paint, and I'd like to get back in touch with that. And all my supplies are at the old house, and I'll get them eventually. But I definitely want to get back in touch with my artsy side. So those are my goals for 2020. And of course, just to be the best papa I can for my son. I've been making a joke for years when someone's being a little crazy or whatever. I always say, the medication only works if you take it every day. And I always just kind of thought of that as a joke. And then I was thinking about that when I said it the other night. I'm like, wow, that's actually a kind of a bitchy thing to say, especially if that person is on medication. I mean, because I'm on 2 different types of antidepressants and an anti-bipolar medication. So I've skipped a couple days. I mean, not recently, but I've skipped a couple of days on my antidepressant, and that's not pretty. So I'm not going to say that anymore, just because I think that's a bitchy thing to say. And I also want to encourage people to make sure your medication is part of your self-care routine. Don't skip it, because like I said, I've not recently, but I've gone a couple days without taking my antidepressants, and it's dramatic, and it's not healthy to just not take the medication, and it really affects you. And I've turned into a total bitch before, like scary, major mood swings, and it's maybe not how I was before the medication, but when you are on a medication for so long and you just stop taking it, that's just not healthy. So make sure your medication is part of your self-care routine, and make sure you're taking it every day. And I've been doing that because I've got my little Sunday through Saturday pill organizer, and I keep it filled, and I stay on my refills, and not just my antidepressant and antipsychotic medication. I'm also on diabetes medication and blood pressure medication and cholesterol medication, and ooh, my body's in bad shape. Maybe I should put that as a goal for 2020. Yeah, but we know I'm not going to work out. So, yeah. But eating better helps. So, baby steps. So that's it, guys. Nothing real exciting. It's just been a week. I got to spend some time with my son. I think that Christmas, seeing him on Christmas, was the turnaround point to being more involved in his life. And I'm excited about that. I'm going to start going back to see him do Taekwondo a couple days a week. And just making sure I'm a regular fixture in his life so he doesn't forget me. All right, that's it. I hope you all have a great week. Kids are going back to school, teachers going back to school. Everything's going to be returning to normal this week, so it's going to be stressful for a lot of people, but just stay focused, stay calm. Remember your mantras, whatever you tell yourself to get through a stressful situation. My mom does this thing where she rubs her ear and she just goes, woo-sa, woo-sa, and that helps her stay calm. Everyone's got a thing. All right, guys, do your thing and stay calm and get through the week, and I'll check with you guys next week. Bye, guys.